break. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's me, the sports conversationalist, and yes, what a match! I can't even say what a match. The match. If I give a rating to the match, I'll say it's the 6 out of 10. I'm here to review the match, Manchester City vs Arsenal, which just ended about a minute ago, ending 1-1. And yeah, I'm going to give my thoughts on the match. I have a lot of thoughts on this match because I was expecting a lot, but I didn't live up to expectation. Low key, not even low key. I think this is the best we will get to a Pep Haram ball masterclass session. I've literally never seen a Pep team go up by a goal and just defend. Look at this screenshots. 9 men behind the ball, and literally outside the screenshots, Haaland is just there lurking around Gabriel and them and Saliba. Whew. But let me give my thoughts on the game. So, start of the game again. It's a bit back and forth. Arsenal dominating more of the possession, and out of nowhere, City get a counter, and they do capitalize on it. I'll give it to them. They do capitalize on it. So yes, they had a counter. Reinders slashing down, literally slashing, running like 40 yards down, squaring it to Haaland. Haaland doing his thing, So yes, City went up 1-0. And after the goal, literally right after the goal, let me get a possession starter. Right after the goal, first half possession was Arsenal was in favor of Arsenal, with Arsenal having 68% of the possession. I'm baffled. I'm sure. Literally, this is Pep's worst possession game of his entire career by far, by about 2 or 3 percentage points. Ooh, that's crazy. But yeah, Arsenal do have the possession, but unfortunately they don't capitalize on it. They don't create enough big chances. I was saying in the first half, Madueke was doing his thing. So let me run it back a little bit to the lineups. I think Arteta got it a bit wrong, in my opinion. I think him starting Mikel Merino instead of maybe an Eze in the midfield got it way wrong, in my opinion, because Merino is a good midfielder, but in terms of attacking in terms of creativity, he is not as compared to Eze, for example, which Eze showed later on in the match, but we'll get back onto that. Yes, so the lineup was a bit confused. I do understand Madueke starting over Saka because Saka is now coming back from an injury. Starting Trossard again, in my opinion, it's a little bit deserved because of his contribution in Bilbao, where he scored and assisted Martinelli's goal. Yes, but if it's up to me, Eze would have played either in the 8 or the left wing, one of them. But he had to play this game. He had to, but he was benched. So yes, after Man City scored a goal, Arsenal aren't really peppering them, but I mean they are holding possession, and they created about 1 or 2 chances, if I can recall. I think I remember Madueke creating a chance, dribbling and hitting the first post, but Donnarumma was solid. I won't lie, this game Donnarumma was very, very solid in terms of his shot stopping as usual. But again, when it comes to the ball playing, he's a bit of a loose cannon. But again, you won't expect, I don't know what you would expect from what you may call it, from Donnarumma. I mean, yeah. So yeah, he saved that near push shot from Madueke, pretty close. Start of the second half, Arteta brings on Saka, he brings on Eze, and yeah, they pretty much changed the game. Yes, I think Trossard was locked up this game by Matthias Nunes after he was brought on for Kusuna. Kusuna he was having an okay game, but Nunes locked him up and they had to take him off. They had to take him off. I think Nico O'Reilly also had a good game in my opinion. He gives me vibes of like Ben White in the way his frame stock. He's stocky. He's a bit. He can go in for a tackle and stuff. You know. Yeah, but again, Rodri did play the game, but I didn't really see what. Again, he was a bit of a passenger. I understand he still getting back to the Ballon d'Or expectation we have for him, but yeah, he's still getting back on that. Um, but I feel like Arsenal were a bit too predictable in this game. There was a bit of over dependence on the right hand side, either in the first half through Madrid or in the second half through Saka, whereby you just know what is coming. So you at times you could see Doku tacking in, who also had a great game by the way. You see Doku tacking in, doubling up on him on either Saka or Madrid. At certain points in time, you see Foden even tacking in alongside Nico O'Reilly tacking in, doubling up on their man, and it became a bit too predictable. Um, yeah, I think Doku had. Now let me go on to Doku. Doku had like a 7.5 out of 10 game. I think he was pretty good in the moment he had the ball. He served as an outlet for the way they played today, and yes, yeah, he created a lot of. I can recall 2 or 3 chances. I think I can recall him sliding, getting the ball, driving up the pitch, sliding it down to Haaland, and yes. I do remember. He slid it down to Haaland, and it was a 2v1 situation. I'll see if I can get the screenshot. It was a 2v1 situation where Haaland should have squared the ball to Foden. All things being equal, that would have killed the game at 2-0. But again, he was a bit selfish. I do understand because of his goal record and stuff, but he should have scored the ball in my opinion. Yeah, I think Doku had another chance. He went around the defender. He went around the keeper, but the angle was pretty much close. So all he could do was just like try and play it, square it, type thing. But yeah, Doku had a pretty good game. In my opinion, he's my like not man of the match, but like performer of the match. I was pretty impressed by Doku. Um, in my notes, I've penned down Zubimendi's name, questioning his passing range a bit. I think this was one of his limitations when he was moved from Sociedad, where yes, he's a very cool person on the ball. He's a sound and safe head on the ball, but that X factor, that dinky pass, that he always plays it a bit safe, and in a tight game like this where everything is decided by moments, I think he needs to step up on that a little bit. Yeah, but yeah. Uh, this point at this point the game is still 1-0 around like 60 or 70th minutes where Pep is literally scrambling back. I saw him play a 5-3-2 or something of that sort. Where he brought on Foden, he brought on Aki for Foden. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, Pep, what? There's a bit hypocritical, especially from his players. And even though I know the players have no saying how they play, but I remember Bernardo Silva coming out saying that he's such a crybaby against Atletico Madrid. I think 3 years ago, coming out and saying only one team played today and what have you. I think today literally only one team played, and it's a bit hypocritical. But we relax on that a little bit. So yes, around the 90th minute, Man City are trying to close out the game at 1-0, and as Arsenal they keep pinning them into their own half, which is something usually City do, pinning them into their whole half. Then a ball breaks to Eze from his own half, from Arsenal's own half, He literally picks the ball up, raises his head. Martinelli makes a diagonal run, literally diagonal run, oblique run through the defense. Eze spots him, gets him, and the pass was on the money. Martinelli took a touch on the bounce and dinged it over Donnarumma. He had nothing. He had no say. He had no chance. You can't really blame. You can't even blame him. But yes, game ended 1-1, and I was expecting a bit more from this game, but I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? So yeah, my man of the match, all things being equal, I think it might have to be Jeremy Doku. In my opinion, he had a pretty good game, even though he didn't have a goal on assist. But from what I saw, I think he had a pretty good game. Madrid, I think so. If let's talk about player rating, I think Raya was okay. Julian Timber was okay. Saliba was okay. Gabriel was okay. Califury was okay where he was inverting a little bit. Merino, yeah, he got hooked. I mean, Zubimendi was again okay. Declan Rice was a bit above average, but I mean, when you play against a 5-3-2, it's crazy. Madueke, in my opinion, also had a good first half, but he was also hooked. Gyökeres, he wasn't okay, but he was a bit under par. I won't even put it on him because I think he was making a lot of runs, but again, the person to pick him out for these runs was on the pitch. Either that being Saka or that being Eze or that being, in my opinion, Waneri or an Ødegaard. I don't think Ødegaard is also a bit of a safe passer, but like that creativity, couldn't find them. On the other side of the pitch, I think Donnarumma had a fantastic game, in my opinion. Gvardiol in this centre back role is excelling a little bit. I won't lie, he dealt with almost every. Whenever the Gyökeres make a run, he's literally shadowing him. So unless the pass is an exquisite pass or out of the world pass, it's not getting by him. Nico O'Reilly had a very good game. Kusunov got hooked for what you call it. Matheus Nunes in the second half locked down Trossard for I think the first 15, and when Eze came, he wasn't fully on the left. Martinelli again. I think Martinelli in this role as a bench player. From this goal makes it 3 goal contributions in 2 games off the bench. I mean that shows you he might fit into this box or this role, and for a team like Arsenal, that's very key. I think Foden was a bit under par, in my opinion. Bernardo Silva, he was okay. Tijani Reinders was a bit brilliant, in my opinion, for the assist and the drive. Doku again, my man of the match, and Hala with the goal. I can't complain. So yes, those are my thoughts on the game. Leave your thoughts in the comment section if you agree with me. And yes, a Pep Haram ball. I can't believe I'm saying this in 2025. So yes, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, hit you back with the next video. See you later. Peace.